Today's episode of Namaste Yoga continues our series of classes on yoga for the emotions with the emotion of wonder. Hello, welcome to episode 2.
There's our blanket. Excellent.
Asymmetrical twirling. Dropping and sinking. Notice how so just notice joining us for the second episode of next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to episode 105 of Namaste Yoga. I'm so excited to share with you our new clothing line this episode. We have been graciously sponsored by Squeezed Yoga Clothing, squeezed.ca, and they've got these fabulous clothes. They just fit fantastically, and they move perfectly with you, and they stay put. I'm so excited to be wearing them. You can check them out at www.squeezed.ca. Yeah, and I want to show you how there's a logo, there's a Om sign on my pant and the matching one on my chest. So matching pants. And the coolest thing about this company is that you can see I'm not even wearing a stitch of black. So usually when you go to choose yoga clothes, it's like, would you like to wear black or black? So I'm totally excited to be wearing color and to be representing squeezed.ca here on Namaste Yoga. So really exciting for us, and I hope you'll check them out and support them as well. So today we continue our series of classes on yoga for the emotions. We're outside on, October the 25th? Yeah, October the 25th. We're outside and I'm in a tank top. Pretty amazing. So yes, we're continuing our series on yoga for the emotions with the emotion of wonder. And I'm going to go ahead and have you lie down on your back as I start to contextualize this class for you a little bit. So get comfortable, tuck your shoulder blades in underneath you. Check out your low back, see if you need to either keep your knees bent or if you can lengthen them out. So one of the great things about the emotion of wonder is that it really helps us to suspend our egos. It tends to be that we have this emotion of wonder come up when something happens where the intellect can't quite figure things out. And when we're not able to fully understand something in our mind, then we tend to be fully immersed in an emotion called wonder. And the beautiful thing that happens is that our egos surrender to it. So think about something as simple as as miraculous as the birth of a child, the way a tree grows from a small seed into a humongous tree. All the beautiful things in nature, these tend to cause us to have a feeling of wonder. So as you rest back here, we're going to connect with the wonder of your breath right now. Although we can bring awareness to it in our yoga practice, we're often quite unconscious. We don't even have to think about our breath and it keeps happening. So this is a truly amazing thing because it actually keeps us alive. So be with your breath. It's the miracle of life. And from a yogic perspective, it spreads prana through the 72,000 nadis in your body. And that's totally amazing. So connect to that sensation, drawing breath into your body, sending prana through the 72,000 nadis of your body, and exhaling. And each time you breathe out, you get an opportunity to release and let go, to release toxins from your body. It's truly an amazing process. Life is beautiful, exciting, and full of wonders to explore, opportunities for new understandings and personal growth. Our culture is actually in love with wonder. As much as our culture loves science and loves to prove everything, there's something that we love about the idea of wonder as well. So if you look at some of the most popular films in popular culture right now, Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, these are very fantasy based, and they allow us to suspend our intellectual understanding, our scientific reason, and to just be absorbed in the wonder of fantasy. I often share a lot of the stories of Hindu mythology on this podcast, and I think they're fantastic because they're just so outrageous that we have to suspend all reason to be enchanted by their beautiful stories and teachings. So they transform us from purely physical perception, from the world of illusion, to the diversity of the universe. Wonder is related to the Pitta dosha. Those people with a strong Pitta constitution tend to have more easily expressed wonder. It's rajasic, it's energizing, it's fiery, and it's also related to the element of fire. Speaking of the Hindu deities, Brahma, the god of creation, would be a fabulous Hindu deity to connect with as we work with wonder today, as we connect with the mystery of creation and universal spirit. So we'll work with some of the various forms and depictions of Brahma today as we practice our yoga. So after connecting with your breath, begin to form your intention for your practice today. So I think wonder can be, I think intention can be full of wonder too. It's an opportunity to make a wish and to have that fantasy of wishing upon a star. So begin to form your intention and let it be something really fantastic, beautiful, and big. What you would like to receive through your practice. And then you can go ahead and stretch out. Okay, so we're going to begin on our backs. Sorry, you are on your backs. I'm going to get you to roll over onto your stomach. And we'll start on our stomachs. We're going to do a little bit of cobra building to open up your heart and to warm up your spine. So realize that this is a warm-up, so it doesn't have to be a big shape. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, roll your shoulders back and down, press the front of your pelvis into the ground, and you'll inhale, lift your chest off the ground. Keep your ears back over your shoulders, your chin tucked, Jalandhara Bandha, and exhale and lower down. And we'll just go up and down like this to warm up your spine and your back. If you can't do this here, a good alternative would be to stand up and do this against a wall. Place your hands on the wall and then lift your heart away from the wall and up towards the ceiling. Then we'll push up onto all fours and back onto your heels for child's pose to stretch out your low back. And then roll up through your spine. And we're going to do a little lunge series. So you may want to double up your mat on one side. We'll start with the right side. And take a step forward through your left leg forward. And lean into lunge pose. Okay, so now you're going to wrap your left arm around your left leg, hold on to it, and turn your right hip towards the ground. You notice that my foot rolled out as soon as I did that. Keep the inside of your right foot connected to the ground and open your right hip towards the ground. A wasp. Okay, and then come back center. This time, you're going to place your hands on the inside of your left foot, walk them over towards your right knee, pick up your right knee, come onto the inside of it and the inside of your right foot, and then you're going to squat towards your left heel, and this should be a really big groin stretch for you. Okay, and then come back center. Spread your fingers nice and wide, tuck your toes under, inhale. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Stretch out your spine and the backs of your legs. Okay, and then lower down. You'll probably want to double up the mat on your under your left knee now. Step your right foot forward. Lean into a lunge here. Is that wasp again? It's following me right by my ear here. It's a bee. It's in my armpit though, Tim. Okay. Okay. Doing yoga with a wasp. Okay, wrap your right arm around your right leg and turn towards it so that you're dropping your left hip towards the ground. Probably a lot of you know this, but my name, Melissa, is Greek for honeybee. And then come back center. Take your hands to the inside of your right foot, walk over towards your left knee, pick it up, come onto the inside of it, and lean towards your right heel. Great. And then come back center. We'll do downward facing dog as a counter pose and a symmetrical pose. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. And here you could also place your hands on the wall so that you could do the standing as well, so it's less weight bearing for your wrists if you need to. Okay, and then bend your knees. Place them on the ground. We're going to start from all fours here. We're going to do dying warrior pose. I thought this was funny after last week. This was one of the only warriors that I didn't do last week, so we'll do it this week. You're going to walk your knees over off the left side of your mat, and then lower your right hip down onto the mat, and you'll actually come to lie down on your stomach with your arms out to the side. Look out at your left fingertips. And then we're going to add on from here. So you're going to straighten your legs straight out. And then this is important. You're going to leave your bottom leg, your right leg there, and take your top left leg down. And then you'll feel a stretch on the outside of your right hip probably. And you want to be dropping this left hip bone towards the inside of your right thigh. Depending on your neck and the history of your neck, you may be able to turn your head to face your right fingertips. But for me, I've had too many neck injuries to be able to do that. So I'm going to keep mine here. But if you wanted to rotate yours, you could. I think Dying Warrior is a great pose to do when we think about how wonder kind of asks for this death of the ego. The ego's need to understand things and instead be enchanted by the wonder of life. Some of you may be able to hold on to your toes here too. Your right toes with your left hand. Okay, and then you can start to gather up your Dying Warriors. And that's the great thing about doing Dying Warrior in this class is we always get to come back to life. And then we'll do Dying Warrior on the other side. So this time you'll walk your knees over to the right of your mat. Lower your left hip down. And then come to lying on your stomach. Look over your right fingers. Okay, so now go ahead and straighten your legs out. And then you can stay here as well, or you can leave your bottom left, and then you're going to leave your bottom left leg there. Take your top right straight leg down and turn your right hip bone towards the inside of your left thigh. And then go ahead and gather yourself up. And we're going to come up to sitting. Okay, because wonder is related to the element of fire, we're going to do a breath called Kapalabhati breath. And Kapalabhati breath is often called breath of fire as well. Actually, breath of fire is slightly different than Kapalabhati. However, they both do increase the fire in your body. So the way it works is we'll start by doing ha's, strong ha's. So you breathe in through your nose and breathe out with a ha, ha, ha. ha, 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 ha. And as you breathe out, you're going to pull your navel back towards your spine and then relax your belly and let the breath come in. So we'll do this for a while, and then we're going to have a cameo appearance here. We're at my friend Jill's house filming today, and this is her kitty. I knew Kitty was going to make an appearance on film. Do you love the camera? Yes, you're a star now. Okay, Kapalabhati. We'll start with the Has, and then what we're going to do is close our mouth. She's tickling me now. And then you'll do it through your nose. So you breathe out. So it's an active exhalation. As you pull your belly back, relax your belly. Inhalation, come in passively. It helps to have your hands on your belly to connect with that feeling of your navel coming back. And also to do it more slowly if you're just learning this breath. Okay, so take a deep breath in. Now take a full breath in and a full breath out, and breathe in part way and suspend your breath. And then exhale when the need to exhale is great. Okay, great. So we're going to do this again, but I think it's important to note the wonder of the human body and the fact that by doing yoga and something as simple as a breath practice like this, we can literally turn on the fire in our bellies, our digestive fires, which will help us not only digest food, but all kinds of things coming towards us. So it's pretty cool, the control that we have through just breath practice alone. Okay, so we're going to do Kapalabhati again, and this time I'm going to encourage you to try it a different way. You can do a double pump Kapalabhati where you breathe out twice. Actually, let's just do that. And then this is great for beginners too, because it's easier for you to you really get that air out, and then it's easy to just let the inhalation come passively. And big inhale, full exhale, and breathe in part way. Hold your breath until the need to exhale is great. And then exhale. Great. Okay, we're going to do another exercise for our core, for our powerhouse where fire is in our body. So bend your knees, place your feet flat on the ground, roll your shoulders back and down, lengthen up tall through your spine. Take your hands in front of you. Inhale here. Exhale, lean back. Keep your spine long. The tendency here is to collapse through your spine. Then nothing's going to happen to your abs. Keep your spine long. Squeeze your glutes. Lift up nice and tall and hold. And then come forward, open your knees and stretch. Okay, come back, bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. This is called boat pose, by the way. Roll your shoulders back and down, lift up tall through your spine. Keep your ears over your shoulders. Inhale here. Reach your hands nice and wide, aliveness in the hands. Exhale, lean back. Okay, you can keep your arms here or you can up the ante and take your arms out to the side. And then bring your arms forward, come up, take your hands behind you, sway your hips from side to side. Being outside is such a great place to enjoy the wonder of nature, and we can see this all around us. Jill's beautiful garden here. Just beautiful. Let's do this one more time. Lengthen up through your spine. Take your arms out in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. And you can leave your arms here or you can take them out to the side or all the way overhead. Okay, and then release this down and stretch. Okay, I'm going to take my legs out in front of me and just wiggle and stretch out that way. So this is one of the things that we do almost intuitively after poses. We kind of shake out. This helps to disperse the energy through our body. So it's really great. Okay, you're going to come up into a squat. And then we're going to come all the way up to standing. Stand with your feet wide. I'm going to do another one to get the fire going in your belly. You're going to twist to the left and lift your right heel. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right and lift your left heel. So we're going to do this with a ha breath. Ha, 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 ha. Great. And come back to the center. Stand with your feet underneath your hip bones. Spread your toes nice and wide. Inhale, take your arms out in front of you. Exhale, sit back. You're going to take your left elbow to the outside of your left knee. You can either do a twist like this or elbow, palms come together at your heart center. And then we'll inhale, come up to the center. And then let's exhale, squat and rotate to the other side. So all these twists and chair pose itself to really create lots of fire and heat in the body. And then inhale back up to the center. Exhale, lower your arms down. So take our feet wide on the mat. Inhale here, you're going to exhale, roll your hips over your leg bones to come into a wide-legged standing forward fold. And here I'll get you to place your right hand on the ground and rotate your left arm up. And we'll switch sides. Sorry guys, I think I'm hooked here. I am. What are the odds of that happening? Take your left hand on the ground, rotate your right arm up. And then come into a wide-legged standing forward fold. Let your head drop, crown of your head drop. Let your head symbolically be below your heart. So here, again, it's another metaphor for surrendering our ego, intellectual mind, which likes to figure everything out, and instead placing the heart above the head. Okay, so from here you're going to find your way down to lying on your back. So one of the ways that Brahma gets depicted is as a fish. So we're going to work with fish pose. So you'll lie down on your back. And the way I like to do it is to get my arms right underneath me, straight arms. You can stay here. Or you can press into your elbows, lift your chest, and come onto the top of your head. Then you'll slowly come down and hug your knees into your chest. So let's go ahead and do that fish pose one more time. Okay, so the way we're going to come into it is, again, get your arms underneath your legs. Press into your elbows, lift your chest, and come on to the top of your head. And then lift off the top of your head. And bend your knees again. And hug your knees into your chest. Okay, so place your bent knees flat on the floor. You're going to roll all the way to your side and come up to sitting. So from seated, take your legs straight out in front of you. Going to bend your right leg in and then cross your right leg all the way over your left leg. You can stay here. This is another version of fish pose, by the way. That's why we're doing it. Or you can bring your left heel up to your right hip bone. You'll lift up tall through your spine. Wrap your left arm around your right leg. Take your right hand to the base of your spine and look over your right shoulder. Okay, come on back to the center. Release your legs and shake them out. And then I'll get you to slide your left leg in. Your left leg all the way over your right. Full left foot on the ground. You can stay here, or if you can keep your left foot and your left hip on the ground, you can bring your right heel up to your left hip bone. Lengthen up long through your spine. Wrap your right arm around your left leg. Turn toward it. Take your left hand to the base of your spine and lengthen it up. And then come back to the center. And we're going to finish with tortoise pose. So you probably, several of you are probably familiar with the creation story with the tortoise. So you'll take your arms underneath your legs, which are in a diamond shape. You'll place your hands on the roofs of your feet and fold forward here. Okay, and then slowly come up. And we're going to finish sitting with a mudra, a fire mudra. So the way that this works is you take your ring fingers and you place it at the bottom of your thumb mound joint. And then you place your thumb over your ring fingers to hold it closed like that. And then lengthen up tall through your spine, roll your shoulders back and down. Rest it on your knees. And we'll just sit with our eyes closed, taking nice long, slow breaths in and out. Okay, you can choose to finish your practice by continuing to sit with this fire mudra, this Agni mudra, or you can lie down on your back for Shavasana. Thank you so much for watching episode 105 of Namaste Yoga. And thank you to Donna from squeeze.ca for our fabulous new yoga clothes. I can't wait to show you all the fabulous colors and styles and designs over the next few weeks. So be sure to check her out at www.squeezed.ca. And also remember to like us on Facebook at Your Namaste Yoga. While you're at it, you can go like Donna too at Squeezed. And thank you so much for being with us and for your continued support. Namaste.